This incident, I think it really made me cannot sleep.
The buyers are not going to buy the items anyway,
Right.
right? So it's really focusing on the unit itself.
Alright, very good evening everybody. This is TJ.
And this is Elon.
And welcome back to our channel. Alright, so today we're going to talk a little more about what are the phobias of a real estate agent, and we're going to share our personal experience with all of you tonight as well. Okay, so maybe I ask you the question first, Elon. So what was your greatest fear, or maybe something that had happened to you that you would like to share with our audience?
Okay, so besides the potential of having spooky experiences, which I have not had, by the way. Have you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I
hope not
yet.
ever. Yeah, okay. So I would say for me it's more of a poorly maintained house. Have you seen houses that have tons of items accumulated almost up to the ceiling?
I had one house that I couldn't see the floor of the kitchen until completion, where the owner have to vacant possession, right?
Oh my.
So I didn't see I don't know how the tiles look like.
Well, the one I had was a bedroom that had at least half the bedroom was full of items, and it's on a double-decker bed, filled all the way to the brim.
Was it a HDB? Or?
Yes, it was a HDB.
So you're representing the
seller. The seller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When you walk into the house itself, I mean, there's also a smell, smell of moisture. Yeah, correct. Moldy. Yeah, correct. Kind of
very musky.
Musky kind of scent. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. So that was quite a scare for me. But fun fact, got that sold in 2 weeks.
Oh, in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's insane.
Price must be good
Not necessary. Actually, we sold at market price, just a little bit above market price.
Above market?
Exactly.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, correct. So I think that was a very good outcome for everybody. I mean, I think they were happy. I can share more on how we did it, but long story short is basically picking up the good points of the unit itself. And I mean, the buyers are not going to buy the items anyway, right? So it's really focusing on the unit itself.
Hey, but it doesn't sound like a fear. I mean, 2 weeks already. I have houses that's decent one. I took 1 year to sell because of quota issues.
That's true but I would say that when I first got the listing, is that literally my timeline was 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, why? It's because the family was actually waiting for keys. They already had BTO keys waiting for them. So I took over the listing. They were actually marketing it for I believe 7 or 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't moving. Okay. So by the time it came to me, I was like, oh, okay. Actually, by right, you give me this 2 weeks timeline. I'm pretty sure HDB will give you another 3 months extension.
Yep.
So that's the usual But they told me, oh, it's extended before. Now it's just 2 weeks. If not, they're going to lose both the keys, because they applied for a multi-generational scheme.
Right.
Yeah, so both the parents as well as the kids, actually, they're going to lose 2 keys. So while a 3-room flat, the sale and the quantum wasn't that big, there was a lot of pressure because I knew that the families were actually waiting for something so much better, right?
Right.
So that was a bit scary, but I mean, at the same time, it's also very eventful for me. So that one I always remember.
How many buyers came to view?
1 week at least 8 or 9.
8 or 9?
Yeah. So it was not too bad.
In total 8 or 9?
No, 8 or 9 per week.
Per week, so 16, 18?
Correct.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, correct. And you know how sometimes we try to push towards a certain number of days to show the property. I was telling uncle and auntie, I say, hey, this one your time is very short. Anytime we need to view, right? You must allow me to show it.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I think also there was some cooperation with them. But I mean, in terms of the clearing, I mean, I don't know they had sentimental value so that was what that was my challenge there
So your greatest fear, I would say, is excessive hoarding.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, and then I mean I got another one which is very extreme. So that one I was serving a buyer.
Right.
And I went to see a seller listing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a listing in Sengkang.
It's a buyer. Okay, see, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I went to go and see. And when I went in, right, at the moment I opened the door, the a smell of pee and it's just in your face. It's like, wow,
Right.
I can barely walk in.
You have a lot of dogs or...
No, it's not dogs. So actually what happened was this old lady, like staying together with her daughter.
Right.
Yeah, and the daughter actually was also not very mobile. She had trouble walking as well. So when I went into the house, right, like you can imagine she had trouble looking after the mom as well.
Right.
And then she had most likely had to juggle work to help look after the household, right? So I mean that was quite saddening, and to me seeing this really like, wow, it's a hit. I don't know, it was quite a bit for me to take in.
I mean, it's not something that they choose to
Yeah,
be in a position as well. It's
exactly.
just life lah.
Correct.
Sometimes we meet clients
Correct.
not so good position.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
That's right. So what about you, TJ? Like,
Well, I mean, you spoke about the physical attributes of, challenging houses to sell, right? I think for myself, I'll share something that's not about the physical property, but about the process flow. Okay, so I actually had this incident, this experience, I think it was probably pre-COVID lah. It was like 4 years ago when I was relatively new as well. Okay, so I was representing this seller, okay, he's selling a HDB flat and he's buying a private condo. So what happened was that we had an offer coming in, all right, it met our asking price, okay, the sale price as well. Okay, so it came with an agent. So I think generally if you're co-broking, you will feel like, oh, the agent that's representing the buyer, they will have done their due diligence, right?
Yep.
Like finances, timeline, all these are well planned for.
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, long story short, like before the offer came in, I was just talking about agent, so how your buyer, how's the timeline that they're looking at, like can match not? Because we are selling and buying another property, so we need the timeline to be on the dot.
Correct.
We cannot have like surprises along the way, right? I mean, this is what we do day in, day out. We take pride in doing this, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the agent, he was like, hey bro, no problem, this one I sort out everything ready to go, good to go, that kind of thing. Then I'm like, oh, okay, like you so confident, I also feel assured, right? Somehow he wasn't a new agent. He was even like, his license number was even like older than me.
Wow, okay.
Okay, so long story short, okay, in between got problem.
I see.
Their sale couldn't complete in time. They needed more time to complete their sale. Okay, because of financing issues.
Right, in other words, they need the financing from the sell to finance the buy.
Correct. Okay. So at start, I think those who are familiar with the property market, you should know I mean, like, okay, if you are selling and buying, like, there's two typical outcomes that we have First, is that you have the funds ready to purchase first, so you can buy first. Okay. Secondly, is you need to sell first, then you can buy. Right. So I mean, at start, he was so confident because he think that they got the money to buy first.
Right.
Big problem, right?
Yeah,
okay.
right.
So end up the delay was about 2 months.
Oh my.
Okay. And somehow we already committed to purchase a condo. The condo is like even bigger, right?
Right.
So and my client need the funds from their sale as well. They need
Correct.
the CPF refund to come back.
Exactly.
Okay. So it couldn't come back. Then end up we were talking to the seller of the condo as well to see whether they can help us out.
Yeah.
Then they were quite firm. They were like, oh, if you want to delay completion, then we want to charge interest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so interest was, it's not a huge sum, but it's not a small sum. It was $6,000 odd.
Right.
Yeah, which my client is buying as a single income family. So it was quite unnecessary. And honestly, like that was one of the first time that my client asked me to relax.
I see.
Because during the submission, right, I was still like, hey, your timeline really cannot. Like, you sure your sale all okay? Yeah, he's saying, oh, no problem, bro, everything's smooth one.
Right.
Then after that, when this happened, I was with my client, like working out the timeline, all the contingency plans, right? Then I called the agent, like when my client was beside me, then my client asked me to like relax. Then end up he said that, really no choice, like, this is unexpected, that kind of thing, like it's beyond what I can plan. But come on, man, like the timeline, the finances is planned by the agent. Long story short, my client took a bullet as well. Their buyers actually fired the agent.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like, we incurred the delay, the late completion interest, right? So I told the agent, I mean, like, your client, if you want to delay the HDB, like, your client have to pay the $6,000 odd.
Yeah.
but then the client is also like they're upgrading from a 3-room to a 4-room. So
Right.
I mean, financial
Also really a
position
bit tight, yeah.
is a bit tight as
Yeah.
well lah. In between, right, the buyer called me
Yeah.
to say that, hey, I fired the agent. Can I talk to you?
Okay.
So we try to help. So my client in the end, okay, he decided, okay, he will fork out like 1.5 to 2K, he told me.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so then we told the buyer as well. So the buyer was also actually quite nice because they told them that, okay, I mean like, we really appreciate that. So if you could do the lower sum, 1.5K, then they'll cover the balance of the late completion interest.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, this incident, I think it really made me cannot sleep. Because I mean like, wow, like it snowballs because
Correct.
we are selling and buying at the same time.
Correct.
And there's so many parties involved. Then
Right.
later the seller think that, of the condo thing that we are like, not being sincere, we're trying to like do something funny, that kind of thing. So we all want to avoid that. But ever since then, I think like this is really a phobia. And whoever that joins the team, I think this is really, due diligence is something that I advocate strongly as well. You must do your proper due diligence, like 10 steps down. Okay, go deep into the buyer as well. Even for clients out there who are purchasing on their own without any agents, I think it's quite common because like sometimes the grant amount you might misinterpret. Like how much you're getting back. There's like resale levy, first timer, second timer grants, that kind of thing.
Right.
So like do be careful as well to direct buyers who are working on your own out there.
Correct. So especially I think the content out there online is sometimes can be very misleading. Sometimes it's even written by people like from Yahoo News and all that, like who are actually not on the ground, not agents. So sometimes they get second-hand information and like put it as news, and it's from an official proper source, but you know, on the ground, actually sometimes the news can be a bit skewed. Yeah, I've encountered things that's like that as well.
Yeah, I think to sum it up, I mean like, don't be a direct buyer. Like, you have TJ and Elon here for you. Okay, I mean like, okay jokes aside, I mean if you feel comfortable, you have any questions, you want to check out, you want to find out from us, like feel free to drop us a message and we'll hear from you soon.